I can resist everything but temptation. A client recently questioned the thought, I need to eat something sweet. The situation was when he was driving home after eating out with friends. He was full, but the thought came, I need to eat something sweet. So he decided to question it. We spent an hour questioning just this one thought. And here's a short version of what we found. How he reacts when believing this thought. While he was under the influence of the thought, I need to eat something sweet, here are a few of his reactions. He started going on autopilot, started thinking of specific treats to eat, started justifying the need for sweets in order to feel better. He started judging himself for not having better control and was wanting to actually use force to create a better lifestyle for himself. He was feeling victimized, powerless, and his mind was exaggerating the desire to make it feel like it was unbearable. I have to do something. And then he ended up thinking that the only way to get rid of this feeling was to actually eat something. It's like the mind was polarizing, going on one side, I've got to eat something, and the other, you shouldn't eat something. And it's just this polarization happening. And it became more and more all or nothing and more dramatic. And it was really clear to see as he was reporting how he reacted. Then without the thought, imagining that what it would be like without this thought, he came to find another side of it. Without this thought that I need to eat something sweet, he started feeling the actual fullness of his dinner already in his stomach. He started thinking about other things, other interests. He was noticing other sensations like his cold hands. He was feeling much more present and feeling much freer. So the thought was enough to cause this intensification in the direction of his craving. And without the thought, that intensification just faded and became much less of an issue. But my favorite part of his work was the turnarounds. For example, he found many turnarounds. One of them was, I don't need to eat something sweet. And what he found is I already have plenty of calories in my body. I had a sweet at the end of the meal, dessert. I'm already full. And in the end, it was just a sensation, not even that strong of a sensation, just kind of a mild want kind of feeling, but it wasn't that strong. You could certainly live without it. And one of the biggest ones for him was he didn't want to feel stuffed. So if he ate more after already eating, he would just feel worse than he did at this point. Then another turnaround, I need to not eat something sweet. Examples, to feel better, to sleep better, to work better, for his mind to function better, and to explore other ways of experiencing fulfillment. The mind locks in. When it gets into a craving, it locks in on one thing, and that's the only way to fulfill oneself. But that's not always true. And it's kind of interesting when you don't fulfill a craving to start looking at other ways of finding fulfillment. They're often there. And some of the following turnarounds built on that idea. One turnaround is, I need to eat something sour or bitter or pungent. Maybe it was just a need for more protein, or maybe there was a different flavor missing in the food. For example, sometimes bitter is very satisfying and it kind of cuts the craving for sweet. Another turnaround, I need to listen to something sweet. I love this one. Listening to music, talking with a friend, walking in nature, listening to a good podcast. These are all ways of listening and having a sweet experience without actually putting anything more in the stomach. And likewise, I need to see something sweet, watch a funny video, read something sweet, be with a friend. Even just looking at the moon can be very sweet. I need to smell something sweet, the night air, aromas, even just smell of clean sheets going to bed. Or I need to do something sweet. These are all different variations, different turnarounds. Planning a gift for someone, or writing a kind note for someone, or volunteering in some way, or thinking of something generous to do. Even doing something like meditating or even doing the work can be a sweet experience that expands the heart and gives a sense of satisfaction, and it didn't require eating anything at all. I found these turnarounds fascinating, as I often do in the work of Byron Katie. There were so many options that opened up, so many ways to experience the craving besides just eating something more. And I think there could be many more examples of these turnarounds too. What I would do is invite you to explore this yourself. You may have had similar situations, or you may have similar situations in the future. If it happens, then grab it as an opportunity and try questioning this thought. I need to eat something sweet. Go through the questions and then find turnarounds and see what you can discover as you make this work even more personal to yourself. Also, you may want to make this kind of questioning a habit in your life as part of our online community called Inquiry Circle. And if you do, it's a wonderful place. It's where I do my work, and it's a great way to have a support community for doing this kind of exploration. Finally, I'll end with a quote from Byron Katie from her book called Loving What Is. The body is never our problem. Our problem is always a thought that we innocently believe. The work deals with our thinking, not with the object that we think we're addicted to. There's no such thing as an addiction to an object. There's only an attachment to the uninvestigated concept arising in the moment.